Welcome to drawing session number 18. Today I'm going to draw Simba from The Lion King. So let's get started. First going to start with the nose, and I'm going to make a curved line down and then slightly back up. And again, we're going to have his face kind of on an angle here. And I'll bring this line down and then back up and meet it. Alright, above that, we're just going to draw kind of a curved line around on both sides. And then two bump lines here, 1 and 2 for his nostrils and his nose. And now we're going to make a curved line here. We're going to do that on both sides of the nose. And now we'll just make some oval shapes here. So 1, and then we'll do 1 inside there. And we'll do a small circle inside there at the top for the highlight. Same thing on this side, curved line around. Circle inside of that, and then another smaller circle closer to the top right there for the highlight in his eye. Let's give him his eyebrows here, so I'll just make some curved lines above. And now we're going to start to make his the bottom part of his mouth here. So I'm going to bring kind of a bump line from this side around and up and in and then back over, curve it around and above there. Below that we'll do his chin, so it's going to be a curved line down. And we'll show a little hair on his chin here, so I'm just going to do some zigzag lines and then bring it back up. We'll round out his face. Again, some more zigzag lines here. And we'll do the same on this side. And again, his head is kind of slanted, so I'm just going to bring this line. It's going to appear a little shorter on this side. Let's bring his ear up and around, curve it all the way around, and then back in. Line for the top of his ear. We'll bring his head all the way, the top of his head all the way across. Again, some zigzag lines on the top for some hair. And we can bring this kind of coming down on the middle of his forehead, curved line around, to complete it. And then a line up and around for the other his other ear. Bring it all the way around and curve it back into this part of his face. And we'll do a detail line in the middle for the inside of his ear, like that. All right, let's bring a line down here for his body. So I'm first going to start on this side, bringing it down, curve it out a little bit, curve it back in, slightly out, and then back in. We're going to stop kind of down here. This will be for the outside of his body. Let's make the outside of his body on this side. So starting like right in line with his eye, I'm going to bring a line down for his neck and then curve it out for his shoulder. Bring it down and curve it out again. Zigzag lines for some hair on his kind of knee here. And then bring this line down and curve it in a little bit there. Inside line for this arm is going to be right here, kind of under his chin. So we'll bring it out. Some zigzag lines there for fur, bring it in. And then I'm going to bring another line, curve down, and bring it out slightly. That'll be for the inside of his leg, his front leg. This will be for his chest. I'm going to bring a curved line around, some zigzag lines here. Bring it down, curve it in, curve it back out, and then back down to about this area is where we'll make his feet. Let's work on his hind legs. They're just kind of wrapped around because he's sitting, so I'll draw a line curved, some zigzag lines there for fur, and bring this back in, wrap it in. And also on this side, here's his hind leg. We're going to start his hind leg. We'll start it around, well, we need his body too on this side. So let's start a line from about here, and we'll bring it out and wrap it around. And then I'm going to bring a line up and curve it back in for his hind leg on that side. And let's start to make his feet. So I'm going to draw a curved line around, wrap it around, and we're just going to keep doing that. So we have 2, 3, and then 1 in front here. And we need his paw on this side. So again, I'm just going to kind of keep wrapping these around. This will be for his other front foot. And then this is for his hind leg. Let's just bring some lines around here to indicate his hind leg as well. So it's just going to be some 2 slanted lines tearing out from each other, and then some curved lines here. So we got 1, 2, 3, and we'll do another one here, 4. All right, here's going to be his tail. So we'll make his tail kind of coming from behind his body up and around, and we'll do another line beside it, up and around, and then we're just going to kind of do the end part of his tail, which is going to be some zigzag lines going all the way curved around in, bring it to kind of a point here, and then back up on this side and meet it back in. All right, so that's going to be, for the most part, the drawing of Simba. If we do need to come back and add some details in there, we can always do that with the marker again. So first I'm going to start with the lightest parts of Simba. I'm going to give him right underneath his nose kind of this cream color. It's like a light yellow color that I'm using for under his nose, and this will also be for his chin area. So I decided to use colored pencils today, just to give it some different variation in color. I'm also going to use this cream color for the middle part of his body here. So it's kind of like a lighter fur he has along this part of his body. Okay, and I'm also going to do this cream color for his paws. I'm going to go back and add just a detail line with my pen here, and as his stomach comes through here, I'm just going to bring it around on this side, curved line, and then bring it back out and around to the bottom, because that's where it'll meet on this side. I forgot to make that before. I'll fill that in with the cream color. All right, moving on to a yellow color, yellow-orange color. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to start at his head and just start filling in this space. This is basically going to be mostly all of the color of Simba. Around his eye areas. Along his cheeks. And we'll leave his ears, the inside of his ears open. We'll come back and fill those in, going along his body here. Filling in his front leg. Under his chin. And then along the other side of his leg here. Just going to take a second to sharpen my pencil. The one thing about colored pencils is they do tend to, you know, kind of, the tip tends to kind of go down a little quicker, but that's all right. We'll just kind of sharpen it. If you have a good sharpener, if you're using colored pencils, that'll work well. All right, so his hind leg there, and then the other side of his body. His hind leg on this side, and also his tail. At the end, we're going to make a darker color. All right, let's go into the slightly darker color here. I'm going to use a brown color, and I'm going to color in the tip of his tail. I'm also going to use this brown color for the insides of his ears, kind of in shadow, so I'll make them a little darker. All right. Now I'm going to go to a pink color, and I'm going to use that for his nose. I'm going to add a couple more detail lines here. I'm going to add another thin line right around his eye here. that'll be the color for his eye. And while I have this marker out, I'm going to color in the insides of his nose here, and I'm also going to fill in his pupil. That's this large part on his eye, leaving the highlight open. Okay, I'm going to go back to that brown color, and it's actually a lighter brown color I'm using to fill in some color on his eye, around his eye. And the last thing I'm going to do here is just I'm going to create some whiskers for him on his lower upper lip. So from here I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 lines on that side, and then on this side 3 lines too. 1, 2, 3. Hope you guys enjoyed Simba from The Lion King. It's a lot of fun to draw. Give him a try. Bye.